Good evening, class.
Evening, John.
Evening too.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to today's class. I want to confirm if everyone is present. Beatrice Njeri, Anne Kathure,
Present.
Joshua Waiswa.
Very present.
Thank you. I think that's a good number for us to proceed. So today we'll be talking about the physiology of blood and its components. I believe you all know what's blood because our bodies are made up of blood. It is a medium of transport that is used to transport nutrients, hormones across the body. I want to share my screen and let me know if you can see. Yes, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So by the end of this session, you should be able to define blood, state the functions of blood, and give the components of blood, their, their morphologies and functions. So to start with, blood is a fluid that transports oxygen and nutrients to the cells and carries away carbon dioxide and other waste products. It has a fluid matrix and contains cellular elements suspended in it. Some of the functions of blood include transporting oxygen and nutrients to the lungs and tissues, forming blood clots to prevent excess blood loss. Yeah, that is the role of platelets. Carrying cells and antibodies that fight infection. That is a role of the white blood cells. Bringing waste products to the kidneys and liver, which filter and clean the blood, and also regulating body temperature through the processes of vasodilation and vasoconstriction. What are some of the components of blood that you know? Maybe I can get a response from you people. Yes, please. Jerry? Anyone?
Plasma,
Yes. Any other?
we have plasma, plasma,
Yes.
what of plasma?
I'm saying someone give us some of the components of blood. We have other
Platelet,
components. Yes, platelets. Yes, Waiswa.
Fine, yeah. We
Waiswa.
have red blood cells.
Yes, red blood cells. Yeah, I think that is enough. That is enough. Yeah, we have the fluid component, which is the plasma, and also the formed elements of blood, which include the white blood cells, the red blood cells, and the platelets. Um, So plasma is the liquid component of blood. It has nutrients, plasma proteins, electrolytes, hormones, water. Yeah. And then serum is plasma without clotting factors. It is normally formed after plasma has clotted. The red blood cells is among the formed elements, and we know that the main role of the red blood cells is to transport oxygen across the body. It has some specific features, like it is biconcave in shape to allow the red blood cells to transport enough oxygen. It also contains hemoglobin, which has iron that helps in binding oxygen. It also lacks a nucleus to give it, to increase the surface area for transport of oxygen. Number 3, we have the white blood cells. These are the lymphocytes. They help us in fighting infections. And we have two categories of white blood cells. We have the agranulocytes and the granulocytes. So agranulocytes are those ones that have they have granules, and the agranulocytes lacks granules. Examples of granulocytes are, the first three. Neutrophils, we have eosinophils and the basophils. You can see from that diagram there, from that slide, you can see their function. And the agranulocytes include monocytes and lymphocytes. Number 4, we have the platelets. These ones are responsible for blood clotting. They also lack a nuclei. They are discoid in shape. And also the cytoplasm is surrounded by a membrane, and the membrane contains phospholipids. An example is PF3, which plays an important role in blood clotting process. So when you're cut, or when you experience some injuries and you have some blood loss, these platelets, through a series of activities or a cascade of processes, they rush to the site of injury, and they help in reducing the rate of blood loss. So up to that point, anyone with a question? Anyone with a question? If no one is having a question, we can review our lesson using that quiz. There's a slide displaying some quizzes. Number 1, what is the watery part of blood that carries gases and nutrients? By show of hands. Beatrice? Beatrice, please.
Plasma.
Yes, thank you. We've said plasma is the
Plasma.
Plasma is the one that transports blood, water, waste products, antibodies, all those. Which blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen? Anne? Anne?
Red blood cells.
Yes, thank you. The red blood cells. What do white blood cells do for you? Jerry?
They fight diseases. They help in fighting diseases.
Yeah, they help in fighting infections. Erythrocyte is another name for? Anne?
Red blood cells.
Yes?
Red blood cells.
Yes, thank you. What do platelets do? Nicodemus? Nicodemus, please. Waiswa, can you please mute your microphone? What do platelets do? Jerry?
They prevent blood loss through clotting.
Yes, thank you.
They prevent blood loss through clotting.
Yes, thank you for that. They help in blood clotting. Now, I have an assignment for you. So you're supposed to discuss blood defects, giving the causes, signs, and symptoms, and their possible treatments. I'll share the notes with you. That will be the end. That brings us to the end of our session today. See you next time.